In 3, 2, 1.
Greetings and salutations, you ball lickers and cunt lovers. I'm Tony, and this is
Frank.
With the Completely Inappropriate Podcast. We are here today talking to you about a little bit about love, a little bit about life, a little bit about dating, and a little bit about joy and sense of humor. So Frank, there is this new business dealing with Facebook. Facebook dating. We know how you love dating apps. What do you think of this new Facebook dating app? Are you going to be a part of it? Have you already signed your soul away to the devil of books? What is it? What's going on? Tell me.
Okay, so I first found out about this whole Facebook dating thing about a month or so back.
Was it up already a month ago?
No. It was
just
through,
talked about, right?
The Anna Report, which is
the what?
The Anna Report, which was this not talk show, but it was this fucking, I don't know, the girl from TMZ, you know, the fucking dark hair, glasses. Okay, her name is Anna,
okay.
And she had a thing going on Facebook called the Anna Report, where it was mostly fucking dating advice for men or whatever. And she dedicated one episode talking about the fucking Facebook app, how it's going to be a new thing. And she was explaining that the way this was going to work, or the way this is working now, is that it's going to go according to your likes. You know, so you're involved in a group. I'm pretty sure everyone's involved in several groups, but then you can.
I'm not. I don't have a Facebook.
Well, everyone that has a Facebook. People that you can talk to people in the same group, and I'm like, you can do that without Facebook dating.
So it's a chat room.
No, what it is that
okay.
No, it's not.
It's exactly like a chat room.
Right, but
there's a group of people in a room chatting.
No, it's a group like the group of I don't know. Think of something. The group
like
Mercedes Street Festival.
Okay, it sounds like a fishbowl filled with names that you might be interested in. You just pick one out to talk to?
I guess. The way it works is
yeah,
that
just explain it to me like an actual person would.
You create a separate profile. But this is going to be this is going to be exclusively for the dating part. And you get to tailor to your liking. Like fucking height, fucking.
Oh, good God!
Yeah.
I need somebody that's 5'11" and 3/4 of an inch, not 5'12", which is 6 foot tall, or 5. All right, so real
like
detailed
height,
stuff.
fucking ethnicity.
So what's wrong here? What's the problem you're finding with this? Like, fine, it's a little detailed with what you're looking for. That's fine. People are detailed, but people acquiesce to their fucking common denominators anyway. So, what's the problem? What makes this different than any other app you've seen?
Okay, well, I'm okay with random fucking friend requests, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm iffy about random DMs. You know, fucking messages.
Well, I mean, why accept random friends if you're not willing to accept random messages from them?
Because I guess it's kind of like a courtesy thing that, you know, fucking I'd like to speak to you, so let's be friends first. And then let me like some of your pictures first.
Well, I mean, it's like Instagram though. Instagram, if you have a group of people following the same person, you can comment under that person's post. And then you can comment on those comments, so you end up having that sort of relationship on Instagram. So it sounds like Facebook's just following suit with what's available on other. I mean, granted, Instagram's owned by them.
Yeah.
So I don't see what the point is of doing that, but
they're gonna integrate Instagram into that too, and I'm like, but you own Instagram. What's going on?
I want to own your soul as well.
It's like fucking Skynet. Like,
we need to know how tall you are. So we know how tall to make your clone.
Yeah.
When we take your soul and your brain and put it into this AI that we don't have to feed.
Yeah. So then also
dark real quick, so We had a little singularity complex there I had in my brain. Sorry.
Well, I did mention Skynet.
Yeah, that's what happens. Skynet comes into play and it all just goes to hell. Hey, bastard, you didn't put my almond milk away.
Oh, because you got it out.
Alright, well, continue to rant while I go talk.
Okay,
Put that away.
so then there's this thing. Apparently, there's an option to where you can choose whether or not your friends can see you in this dating app. Which I'm like, okay, so that'll make it kind of more comfortable. But I'm like,
I don't want my friends to know how desperate I am.
But like, you know, if you're fucking expanding the dating pool via fucking Facebook, like, wouldn't you be open to fucking possibly dating some of your friends on Facebook? I'm pretty sure some people...
but chances are that if they've been your friends on Facebook, it either would have happened by now or you would have made a move by now. Like, it's kind of on you if you haven't. If you need a dating app to get your friend to pay attention to you, then one, either they're not your friend, or two, there's no chance in hell that they'd be interested in the first place.
Okay, because there's this one feature where fucking on the dating profile, you like people, kind of like you send them a crush, right? But if it's not reciprocated, nothing happens. If it is, then it'll match you. It'll show, I guess, like on Twitter, it's a match. Twitter, fucking Tinder, like it's a match.
Oh, okay.
So I'm like, oh, okay. So then if either or.
Sorry. Side note: Tinder. It's a match. Do you think they did that on purpose? A match stick, you know, Tinder. You put a match to Tinder flames. Sorry.
Yeah.
Anyway, continue.
Yeah, it was mostly because fucking.
It sparks a flame.
You know? Yeah.
Yeah, way
fucking,
too much to
this
go.
is my
Anyway,
flame.
I'm sorry, ADD there. Continue.
What happened? So yeah, so then I'm like, oh, okay. So then for somebody who, or if in this case, if both parties fucking never had the fucking guts to actually talk to them about fucking the possibility of dating, or just going out for fucking coffee. I don't know if people still do that nowadays.
I mean, they don't usually fuck before coffee, but yeah.
Yeah, so then I'm like, that can work to their advantage. Like, oh, I didn't know you had a... Because what happens usually is people like me, because it's happened to me before, don't know someone has a crush on them until 2 years after the fact. And all that time wasted, fucking, for what? No, so,
How does that happen?
I don't know.
How do you not, is it that, do you feel that it's maybe the girls that are interested in you are just a little less likely to be open about it? Or is it them saying that they are open about it, you're just not picking up on things?
I just don't pick up on things. Like,
But
it's
is
this
that
whole
just
thing-
in your head or is that what's been told to you?
That's
Has anybody
what's
told you
to
that?
me.
Who's told you that? Girls that were interested in you or friends that...
No, friends
witnessed
that like are fucking there, right? And then fucking I bump into somebody and they start talking to me, and then when they leave, they're like, you know, she likes you, right? That's what actually fucking happened. Actually, now that I'm fucking
Actually.
thinking about it, yeah, it was
When?
it was my fucking. This was forever ago, like 2000.
That's too long.
2011.
Anything happened any more recently? In this lifetime?
No, because I don't go out anymore.
We tried to catch up with one of our Insta followers at the street festival this last weekend,
Oh,
but
yeah.
I kept trying to egg you on to, well, hit her up. I mean, the worst she could say is she's
No,
dating
because-
somebody. Like, come on, let's
Okay,
hang out,
no,
let's
that was
relax.
never the intention. The
No, of
intention
course. I
was-
mean, that's true. I didn't
yeah,
mean to
the
make it sound
intention
like
was
that.
to fucking interview her and be like, hey, we fucking found one of our fucking listeners. But,
That was still fun, though. We went back
Yeah.
like 4 or 5 times throughout the day.
yeah, so
Unfortunately,
she was
my
probably
phone-
looking for us and was like, fucking liars.
Fuck that. She's like, avoid these guys. Oh my god, that's them, run!
What was I saying? So yeah, it was one of my gay friends that told me, she's like, hey, you know she likes you, right? And I'm like, well, yeah, why else would she talk to me? And he's like, no, she likes you. And I'm like, yes, I know. That's why she talks to me. He's like, no, asshole, she likes you.
Hey, see, this is I'm trying to get into this conversation. I'm so far removed from that because I'm like hyper attentive to people that are like throwing out any signals at all. Because being married and now just my general mindset is that because I need to make sure I avoid that or like squash it at the beginning. But before I was always picking up on those signals just to try and get something. Yeah. So it's astonishing to me that you're not like constant, especially since you haven't been dating anybody, that you haven't been like constantly looking for the signals. Do you feel you're actively looking for them, or are you actively not looking for them, or is it just your general mindset is you just don't attend to those kind of attentions at all?
Yeah, it's not my priority. That's one. But no, it's the whole fucking...
I hate that. Why was that such a big priority for me? Anyway, sorry.
You were young and fucking primed and ready to go.
I mean, it still is. It's just all our focus is to my wife now. Like, right. I've centered that need to one person now rather than anybody who will give it to me. But I just don't understand that. I guess I don't know. You're just not all that in need of love, are you?
Well, if it happens, it happens.
Do you love yourself?
Well, yeah. Why wouldn't I?
I don't know. Why wouldn't you?
I don't know.
A lot of people find reasons not to love themselves, Frank.
But are they valid reasons, or is it just fucking...
Now that's the question. That's the question. I mean, you and I have both dealt with depression. What brings on the depression then if it's not a self-loathing?
Yeah. Well, it's a chemical imbalance one.
I know, but you're saying that you love yourself.
Right.
So how does depression come about? What brings about the depression if it's not the self?
With me, it's mostly, I could never fucking get the right word, but it's either guilt or regret. One of the two. Remorse? I don't know. But
so you live in the past a bit more than you'd say you'd like to?
Yeah, I guess so.
'Cause today's not that bad, huh?
No.
I mean, day to day, really, in the end, is never really that bad. It's moments in any given day. But anyway, let's get off the depression. So, what...
But me not picking up on the fucking social cues...
So you don't pick up on the social cues?
It's because of the whole fucking being friendly versus flirting. Like, me, I'm a small town fucking guy, right? And I don't mean fucking McAllen, Texas. Like, I mean fucking
sure you do.
north. And no, it's completely different. And so then over there, over there, fucking people talk to each other like they've known each other for years, because it's such a tight knit community, whatever. And like they'll fucking you don't see each other for a while, and when you do, you'll fucking talk to each other like you just saw them yesterday, and you'll pick up on the conversation you left off.
Right. That's how a lot of people are, though.
Right. And it's so courteous and southern hospitality and all that shit. So then down here, I don't know why, but down here is when I get it the most. And that I'm fucking being myself with the cashier, let's say. And then somebody would be like, or
a little awkward about it?
Yeah, they're like, why the fuck were you flirting with her in front of me?
Oh, yeah.
Like, what do you mean? Like, why would I flirt with her when I have you?
There's a lack of, what's it called? So it's a lack of self-confidence that a lot of it's a lot of younger women though that tend to have that. Like older women will either no, that is a very unique to this geographical location, I'd say. Because you go to San Antonio, Austin, you can go out with your boys and the girl can go out with her girls and nothing's said about it. But down here, for some reason, if you want to spend any time away from your significant other, it's
because you want to cheat.
Yeah, it's because you have a wandering eye, and it's impossible for you to just be polite to somebody, which is where I got in a lot of trouble in previous relationships. But then again, I was, a flirt.
Yeah.
Like, so it wasn't me just being friendly. Like everyone always considered it flirtation. Yeah, maybe it's just where we are. Maybe if I was in California or something, I'd just be another guy and not even considered hitting on anybody, just being friendly. Because I feel like I'm the same way now. I just avoid being friendly with people that it can look bad in front of my wife or family or something. Because it's just not worth the trouble. But it sucks that I have to hold back that part of myself that just wants to be friendly to people.
Yeah, I guess.
But so you find that inhibits your dating experience or what?
No.
Like you're out to dinner with a girl and they see you being too nice to the waitress? I mean... what brought this up?
Oh, I was listening to this one podcast, fucking Girl Interrupted, and she was talking about the fucking host lady.
It's a bad name. I'm sorry.
Oh well.
Girl Interrupted.
Yeah, I didn't come up with it. So.
Okay.
Yeah, she was talking about how fucking she was in a podcast previously to that. She was a guest, whatever, and that she was getting a lot of shit over fucking that she was being flirty with the guy, and she's like, I wasn't being flirty, I was being entertaining.
Yeah, that makes sense in a public forum.
She's an entertainer or whatever. And
well, it's like I'm not really fucking looking to stick my dick in your mouth, but it's funny to bring up every once in a while just for the fucking shits and giggles when things get a little too serious.
She was saying that how she had her home wrecked, so why would she be a home wrecker? Because the guy was fucking married.
Nah, I feel like people that say that though are kind of thinking about wrecking somebody's home as retribution though. Like, you don't need to say that. Come on now.
Yeah, but it's a valid point. Like, why fucking, do something that you fucking
I don't know, it's apparently still on her mind.
Well, but, yeah. Anyways, and...
Sorry, a little pessimism.
So then, yeah, I got curious. I'm like, wait, that does happen fucking entirely too often. Or more often than I'd like to admit, but I guess it comes from a fucking insecurity standpoint, like fucking, oh, I'm not good enough for you, so you have to, or fucking, oh, she has a way fucking better body than me, or she's way prettier than me, and my man is talking to her.
Well, it comes from two things. One, that person doesn't have enough self-confidence, and it might be because you don't make the other in this situation doesn't make enough of an effort to make that person feel beautiful, or like there's no worries. Because it's like me with my wife. I tell my wife all the time, like, she used to get upset when I'd say whoa when a beautiful girl walked into a movie. And I'm like, sweetheart, it's like like I said last time, it's like a Ferrari driving by. You're gonna appreciate the Ferrari. It doesn't mean you're gonna go and try and pull out a loan to fucking buy one yourself.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna ask her on a date. I'm not gonna ask for a test drive. I've got my fucking my Bugatti at home. I don't need that shit ass bitch ride over there.
Yeah,
I got you, baby. You gotta make your woman feel like the top of the top, the luxury of the luxury vehicle, so that she's not intimidated by that little Mustang down in the corner that's doing 0 to 60 in 3.5.
Yeah, you can window shop, but you can't buy.
Yeah, just enjoy the sound of them driving by. You don't need to fucking go rub your hand on the fucking hood.
Yeah, but even that, like, when I'm single, I'm single, so I'm fucking flirting, fucking around, all that shit. But when I'm taken, I'm fucking taken. Like, I have eyes for no other than my
right, but I feel like the problem that a lot of people find themselves in is that they forget that the other person doesn't always know that. Like, us as individuals, we're always doubting ourselves. We're always finding faults in our own attitude, our own personalities, our own bodies. And the only thing that helps us feel better when we see the significant other checking out another person is if that significant other is taking the time to make us feel beautiful and secure, and not feeling like we making it very apparent that all those negative aspects of ourselves that we find are just in our own minds. Like, the person married us, or the person's with us, dating us because they're looking past those problems and seeing the beauty within. And all these people that get upset because they can't find peace with their significant other going out to a bar for the night because they're worried about somebody hitting on them. It's like, who gives a shit if somebody hits on them? Who gives a shit if somebody hits on her? If they're buying her drinks all night, that's less money out of her pocket or your pocket later on. Yeah. As long as she ends up at the end of the day coming home to you, who gives a shit who flirts with her all day? Like, you need to get over that. Like, if she's yours, she's yours. Or forgive me for using that phrase, like the, what's it called? Possessive noun. I don't mean yours, but if she's, decided that she's dating you, you need to trust that person. Yeah. Like, if there's no trust, if you can't trust your partner, then
well, there's no trust, there's no love.
Yeah, you're not communicating enough, man. It all goes back to communication.
Yeah, communication is key. Yeah, that's why I don't fucking care what my...
El llave del corazón is communication.
Yeah, that's why I don't care what my fucking girl at the time, whatever. I don't care what she wears. Like, if she's wearing something fucking slutty or whatever, I'm like, great, let them see what they can't have, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I've got to convince my wife to show off her assets at times, you know, because we'll find a real nice outfit for her, but she's always worried about looking a certain way. I was like, look, as long as it's appropriate for the occasion, because you get people dressing up in their little tube tops and their mini skirts and going to church. I'm like, now there's a right place and right time to dress for certain things.
Downtown attire.
Yeah, you don't go to dinner in a Sunday dress. You know, it's too bright. Like, you go to dinner in darker clothes. Like, I'm a bit of, I you know, I like to dress up. Yeah, I like to dress up. Anyway, I forgot what my point was.
Attire, making sure fucking your woman feels beautiful. You know?
Yeah, like, you don't want to judge them for what they wear, but if they're going to ask your opinion, you can at least give an opinion on what's appropriate for the moment, but don't force it. Like, if they don't give a shit what's appropriate, and they just want to wear what they're going to wear, then let them wear what they're going to wear. You just deal with it. People are too fucking finicky, man. People worry too much. It's like, if you're happy, you're happy. You just need to worry about you and your home. The home is happy, everything outside of the home is just gravy on the mashed potatoes of life.
So then it's true. Happy wife, happy life.
Happy home, happy
everything else.
Everything else, yeah. I don't know, man. It's about the home, man. Because it's not about the wife being happy. It's about you as a couple being comfortable.
Right, it's the relationship.
Because happiness isn't
marriage.
Happiness isn't a permanent thing. Yeah, it's impossible to come home and be happy every day. It's impossible to go to bed and wake up happy every morning. Like, what it's possible to do is to communicate why you're not happy in the moment and work towards happiness. If you can work towards happiness every day, you're much more likely to find it. Or at least appreciate it when it's around. People are just too worried about all this negative stuff that comes up. Man, work gets hard. Work gets hard. Family gets hard. Holidays get hard, finances get hard, life is hard. But in between those hard moments, it's not all that fucking hard to live in between those moments.
That's the other thing. If all you see is fucking the hardships, then, or if all you focus on is the hardships, then all you're gonna see are the hardships, you know?
You just gotta focus on the positive effort you're willing to put in.
Yeah.
Always be willing to put in positive effort. Don't go and say, fine, I'll go fucking try and do this time. Like, you go in with that attitude, you're not going to enjoy trying, you're not going to enjoy finishing, because it's going to be something you had to do. Like, and then we don't have to do a goddamn thing. We can sleep all day and fucking end up as a bum in the corner in a cardboard box and beg for change. There are people in Austin begging for change that are making more money than I'm making at a fucking factory today. But it doesn't fucking matter. In the end, you just got to do what's right for you, man. There's some people that are happy being bums. There's some people happy fucking being rich. There's some people not happy in either one of those situations. I'm forgetting my point. I'm losing my frame of thought throughout this whole
Focus on the positive, not the negative, and you'll have positive outcomes.
Too much coffee. Jesus Christ. It is definitely coffee. Way too much coffee.
If you say so. Maybe it's the sugar.
Sugar!
I don't know. So,
put that much sugar.
What else were we gonna touch upon?
The head of your cock. So, on these dates you find, how hard is it for a guy like you? Because you're funny. I think we have a very similar sense of humor.
Yeah.
But you seem to take other people's jokes too seriously.
Do I?
Yeah, like when I'm joking around, it's hard to tell if you actually understood that it was a joke.
Oh, that.
Or are you just fucking with me?
No, it's like, yeah, I get it, we're just fucking around, but for instance,
it's not funny.
We see each other in the morning, right? So I'm fucking still asleep sometimes, fucking driving up here.
Don't use that as an excuse. I'm texting you, you're just like, okay. I'm like, hey baby, how you doing? fine.
Yeah, it's not as fucking energetic or as fucking out there as fucking
Me?
when you fucking hit me up in the afternoon or whatever. But no, I found at one point I found that fucking, or at least it's what I kept telling myself. The hard part for me is getting past the first date because I think I make them feel stupid.
Maybe you're trying too hard to sound intelligent.
No, I'm not. I'm just talking.
I feel like that happens to me a lot. Like listening to a lot of these podcasts, I find myself thinking like, why am I trying so hard to sound smart? Like I'm not that smart. First off, I understand what I'm trying to say. I can say the same goddamn thing without trying so fucking hard to use a big word now and then. So
Yeah, I don't do big words.
I feel like it's easy to get lost in your own asshole when you're on a date too, trying to impress somebody.
I don't do impressions. Like I don't try to impress.
I don't do impress. I'm not talking about impressions.
No, but like I don't
try to
impress people. It's just fucking this is me.
I think you're a liar. I think we all try to impress people. Even if it's on a minuscule level, you're still trying to some degree to show your best, put your best foot forward at a first meeting. And if not, well, maybe that's why you're intimidating people, because a lot of people feel uncomfortable in those situations, man. You gotta, just pump the brakes. I think I told you about this last time. You can't come out full force, exposing every fucking square inch of skin. You gotta leave something to the imagination.
Mm-hmm.
Metaphorically speaking, of course.
Right.
You don't open up a conversation talking about your extremist views on anti-government and
limited government.
Limited
Damn
government.
it.
Yes, I know, hyperbole, alright? And this, for the sake of the story, my point is you don't come out just talking your fucking Nazi love on the first date. You wait for the third or fourth to take your hat off and show your skin.
Yeah.
And you gotta do the same, man. You just can't go in fully cocked and ready to blow. You gotta go into a first date barely fucking.
Yeah, the way I see it is the first date we're just fucking hanging out because with today's technology, you're fucking talking to each other before you even meet. Like whether it be.
Yeah, I don't understand it. It's intimidating thinking about what dating would be like today, because. When I was finished dating, it was already at the point where you go online and you find somebody you used to know 10 years ago and you hit them up to see if they're interested in fucking this weekend. Like, that was how you hooked up right when I was getting out. Now it seems like you don't even need to have known the person at any point in your life. You just hop on the new app and say, hey, you're cute, you want to hook up? And then you go, and it feels like in that environment, it's kind of a foregone conclusion that you have to hook up, and there's no real taking it slow. Or you hook up once, and then you decide. That was the other thing that was happening a lot. You'd hook up once, and then, okay, well, we already fucked it. That was fun. We know we're compatible sexually. Now let's take it slow and not fuck again for a couple weeks. Then you do the dating after the first fuck. And now it's like there's not even the dating part. Like, okay, you're cute. Let's fuck. Now we're together. It's confusing. Like, it's so much more rapid than I ever used to look like. I mean, maybe it's just me from the outside looking at it.
Yeah.
But it seems like that's all it is now. Like, it's hard to go on an AOL chat room and talk to somebody for fucking 12 months before you even have the gall to say, hey, do you want to catch a movie? And then you go on like 3 movie dates before you finally mess around. Again, just letting you into how my dating life used to be. Like, that's how it almost 9 out of 10 times was for me. Was started online, went to casual dating, then went to serious dating.
I've never dated anyone seriously. But like I've had a few dates trying to get to something serious, but it's never worked out.
That's because you're never serious.
My relationships, quote unquote, if you can call them that, they don't last longer than 3 months.
Mm. Wow, I haven't had a 3-month record since I was like 19. Anything under 19, I never lasted longer than 2-3 months.
Yeah.
And when I hit 21, I think I had a 3-year relationship and a year or 2-year relationship after that, and then I got married.
Yeah, and then fucking
6 years, baby. 7 if you count the 9 months pregnancy and the few months dating before that.
Yeah, and then me fucking saying that fucking my longest relationship is 3 months. Fucking, I brought that up in fucking one of the episodes of the Anna Report, and she was telling me, she's like, "Oh, you're so lucky."
And
I
you
was
talked
like,
to this person?
yeah, it was a.
Is she a local podcaster?
No, she's in LA.
No, look at you.
Yeah, it was a
branching out.
fucking. It's a Facebook thing, Facebook live feed.
Oh, okay.
And fucking through that, and she's like, "Oh, you're so lucky." Fucking this and that and the other thing, and I'm like, "What do you mean? I'm over here because at the time I was kind of still in heartache. Yeah, I think I was, and I was kind of frustrated that fucking
Anybody would see that as a positive moment.
Yeah,
Right? It's
and
kind of
then-
frustrating for.
And then in time, I saw her point. I was like, "Oh, okay."
And it's amazing how time, they say time heals all things, which I think is bullshit. It's you being willing to move on is what
Yeah.
heals things. But that's good, man. That's good that it just took a little more time for you. How long did it take till you finally understood what she was trying to say? What did she tell you? So you're lucky for what, not being in a long relationship?
Yeah, because I'm not wasting my time with other people.
Very true.
Yeah.
Very true. That's the one thing. Like there's a certain frame of mind I could see my history with females as kind of me being flippant about relationships and just ducking out when it got difficult. But it wasn't that I was always willing to go through difficult situations. It was just whether or not I felt the other person was willing to put in the effort to get through those situations. And every single time they didn't show that they were willing to put in the extra effort to get through the hard times. Like, maybe it was me. Maybe I would put obstacles in front of us with the intention of testing the relationship, whether it's subconsciously or consciously, like
Right.
saying, "Hey, we need to quit drugs together," or "Hey, we need a
Go to church together.
We need to go
save
to church together."
ourselves.
Hey, no, that wasn't me. That was them. They were actually the ones that did that.
No, but me.
And then I'd say, let's take a break and then try and get back together. And with all those things, there were little micro tests that, anywhere but the valley, or, any other kind of mindset other than the small town mindset might have let those girls and myself work through those situations. Be like, okay, a break. Like, you hear about breaks all the time. Like, people should be able to take breaks and come back. Like, and go to church and find a solution there together. Like, but it always ended up being a one-sided endeavor. Only I was interested in using it as a tool to become a stronger relationship, and everybody else thought of it as a hindrance to the current relationship. And I was never, and currently I'm still not interested at all in maintaining a relationship. That is the worst thing anybody could do, in my opinion, as far as when you're with somebody, is to try and maintain the relationship. You should constantly and forever be trying to enhance the relationship. Always be trying to make it better. Because if all you're trying to do is make things okay, then you're not trying fucking hard enough.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be love in the rest of your life. You think you're gonna live the rest of your life just being okay? Like, you have to work, son. Like, you're gonna live the rest of your life at a job and never work to get the higher position or try and get a bonus that next month or something. Like, no. You need those little bonuses, those raises, those this, that, and the others, those carrots on a stick to keep you fucking trotting forward. And if all you see is like, well, I've got a wife and a kid and we're fine. And like, that's not okay with me. I don't think that should be okay with my wife. I don't think that should be okay with my son. Like, we need to continue to try. If things get hard, we're not trying hard enough. If things are harder after that, then we're trying hard enough, then there's a peace that comes with that. There's a peace with knowing that everybody in this situation is giving it their all. Just like a football team. You go out there, you see that football team gave every fucking bit of blood, sweat, and tears they could to fucking play that game, and they still lost, you give them respect. It's hard to respect the guys that just fucking take a knee every quarter, every
Now and then.
every now and then. It just doesn't work that way. You can't take a knee. It's not the way relationships work. Either you're all in or you're all out. And if you're not willing to make life more than just about yourself, you have no business in a fucking relationship dragging somebody else into your fucking depression.
Yeah. That's another thing I've noticed about myself. I play for keeps, not just fucking, playing cards wise, but fucking in relationships too. Like
Yeah, it's all or
fucking-
nothing.
Yeah, I'm all in.
That's hard to find.
Yeah.
There's very few people that are in that state of mind. I think there are just certain people that hit that early or recognize the benefits of that early, the beauty of that early, and other people are scared of it. Because it means settling down. In the end, people think of it as a way away from fun. Like, it's just a different type of fun. One, I was never the type of guy that liked to go out and party anyway. I didn't like going to strip clubs or going to clubs or going to bars. I'd prefer to stay home, watch a movie, Netflix, and chill with whoever I was with.
Yeah, more intimate settings.
And it's so... But I'm also an active person, too. I can't do that all the time. Like, there's a lot of couples that do nothing but stay in. Then there's a lot of couples that do nothing but go out. And I'm like that oddball in the middle that, like, I mostly like to stay in, but at least once a month we gotta go out to dinner.
Yeah.
We gotta do something because I get a little fucking stir crazy. Or I gotta start a podcast or start a running craze or some weird shit. Like, but it's just whether you find somebody that's willing to live the same life you want to live. And if you have to fight each other to live the lives you want to live independently, then it's hard to work that out. I'm not going to say it's impossible because opposites attract. People can find people that they're fine having less involvement with. But as far as my relationship goes, it was hard to find somebody that was willing to love as hard, but try as hard as well. I'm sorry that hasn't happened for you yet. I love you, and I'll keep trying for this podcast. This podcast is our marriage, as I've said in the past.
Yeah, you can say that.
I mean, we can get divorced whenever you want. Just fucking sign the papers. But
no, but I'm in it till the end.
Oh, you could do your baby. Oh, I love you so much. You're beautiful, Frank.
Yes, I is.
So you got one good relationship now. 2 if you count your mom. 3 if you count pie.
Yeah.
Hey, let's interject here. So this is the Completely Inappropriate podcast. You can find us as CI Podcast on Instagram, at Completely Inap, 1P on Twitter, and Completely Inappropriate Podcast at gmail.com. With your completely inappropriate stories, questions, anything you want to say to us that is inappropriate to say to others, that you want us to bring up, talk about, let us know. We're available for that. So we talked a little bit about this Facebook dating. Have you had any prospects lately? We don't have to get into too many details.
I haven't tried, like specifically Facebook dating, because that just happened like 2 days ago, and I'm like, I'm not comfortable with this, and I'm thinking, I should at least give it a shot for the fucking podcast.
So how many, if you had to put a number on relationships that you took seriously that you've been in, whether it was a week or 2 months, something you took stock in, put a lot of stock in rather, how many have you been in?
That is a very good question. I don't know. Because, like, I don't want to say I take them all serious, but all of them have been with the intent. We're going to fucking do this for the fucking long haul. But...
as most relationships don't go in saying, yeah, we're just fucking around. Which is, oddly enough, is how me and my wife got together. I think we both kind of went into it with an idea that, well, we're just kind of fucking around, and it fell into something more serious. So it can happen.
Yeah. Well, I never had that. So.
It was, again, it's not the intended consequence of the initial,
No, but also, I don't think I've gone into something, let's just fuck around. Okay, there was this one girl, but it was fucking just, friends with benefits and fucking nothing more. And it was easy to stay that way because we were on opposite sides of the border. And we were just kids. So when I would see her, it'd be fucking very rarely. And, so yeah, I don't know. If I had to put a number on it, I would say 6, but I think that's the total amount of girlfriends I had.
She's laughing. Why are you laughing at that? That's respectable.
Well, no, because, for my age, I should have more, right? More than 6.
I fucked around with a lot of girls. But girlfriends, I could probably put them at 6 to 10, maybe. But, let's see. 1, 2, 3,
4, 5, 6.
4, 5, 6. Yeah, I'd say if we're talking like steady girlfriends where I made an effort.
Yeah.
Casual girlfriends, maybe double that, and fucks, just maybe like double that.
But again, I put in efforts into all of these, and it wasn't ever reciprocated. I want to be optimistic and say it wasn't always.
Well, when it's reciprocated, that's when you get married. I mean, that's just how it is. It's not. People get so upset and they start to feel down about their lot, but I mean, in the end, if it worked out, you'd fucking get married, or you'd get a house together. If you don't believe in marriage, you'd live together. You know, it's just so people that fucking feel bad because their relationships haven't worked out, are like, good, good motherfucker. Like that, like who was it that said like the podcaster like that's a good. You're not wasting your fucking time. Like, it's fine, you go another few years that other people didn't have to, but shit, other people also didn't get to look around as much as you. You know, didn't get to pull, you know, take their shots as much. Like, I mean, you know, you gotta look at the positive. There's a lot to be depressed about there, but there's a lot to fucking feel positive about too. It's just which side do you want to focus on? Which side do you focus on, Frank? Are you more positive about your current situation, or do you feel kind of depressed about it?
No, it's like fucking, well, now I'm older, now I told somebody earlier this year, I'm like, I really don't have time for fucking girlfriends this year, because I've been busy all fucking year, you know, with...
I think what you need to remember, though, is whatever mindset you have, there's somebody out there with that same mindset.
Yeah.
There's somebody out there willing to meet you exactly where you're at. And not necessarily that you should continue to look for it, because, like I said, it was when I stopped really looking and I was just like, fuck it, like, let's just, whatever happens, is when me and my wife ended up just falling into a relationship together. But before that, it is what it is, man.
Yeah.
I got faith in you. You're a beautiful person, inside and out. Mm-hmm. You'll find somebody. If not, we'll just keep doing the podcast so we get some freak fan that's willing to stalk us for a couple months and find you.
I've never had a stalker. I've never had a clingy girlfriend.
Oh, I did have a stalker. Did I? I think I talked about that on the podcast. The gay guy that stalked me at school. He stole my file from the office and had like my picture from my file and my home address.
Really?
Oh yeah. I'm pretty sure I talked about it. He would wear a skirt to school.
Really?
Yeah, I think it was on like episode 2 or 3.
Huh.
No. Yeah, I've had some people freak out on me. I had an ex-girlfriend who I broke up with, and she said she OD'd the next day, but she was like at home already. So you OD'd today and you're already at home, and like, but they pumped your stomach. And usually you're on 24-hour suicide watch. And she's like, oh yeah, and then I was pregnant, but I lost the baby because they pumped my stomach. I'm like, oh, okay. And then she's like, the next day she's like, oh, I only lost one of the babies. Apparently it's twins. It hurt. It hurt just trying to wrap my head around how crazy she was. I wanted to believe her too. I was like, well, I understand if you want, I'll pay for a paternity test and a pregnancy test, and we'll go to the doctor together. Like, no, it's fine. No. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, if it's fine, bye. Never heard from her again. I did see her a few years later at a Halloween. She ended up coming by my parents' house when I was giving out candy, and she went up to my god sister like, does this baby look familiar? Does this baby look like anybody? And the baby was like 2 years old. I hadn't seen her since like 3 or 4 years ago. I was like, you're batshit crazy. Oh my god. She was still trying to just throw another dig at me that time. It was real weird. Real weird.
I guess. See, I've never had that, and I guess
never had a crazy ex. Huh?
No, I guess fucking lucky me.
Well, because you're the crazy ex.
Yeah.
You want to get into it? Let's get into how crazy an ex you are, Frank.
No.
No.
No. I'm like, yeah. Let's fucking get into it. But I'm thinking, no, because I was thinking, I'm like, I'm not really crazy. I'm fucking.
You're a little crazy. I mean, what you did was crazy.
But
What you did was crazy.
okay,
You know what you did was crazy.
yeah,
though.
but
Is there
I was in a fucking
reflection?
I was in a bad place at the time, which of course doesn't excuse it, but
Not at all.
still,
It's a fact, and
yeah.
I understand. I mean, a lot of people are in a bad place and do bad shit. Just luckily, it didn't get any worse than it did.
yeah, but because before you met me, fucking, I was never jealous, never the jealous type. Actually, yeah, I got this tattoo because I had a feeling that the next girlfriend was gonna make me fucking jealous.
And what's this tattoo?
It says insecurity kills all that is beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
And
Fair.
I actually got that from this other guy. Fucking, we'll talk about that later. But
Who's the guy?
what happened?
Real quick, so I remember to bring it up.
It was a fucking. I was looking up fucking videos talking about tattoos, and I saw one with fucking Sean Morgan from Seether, and he was like, "Yeah, this."
From what?
Sean Morgan.
Seether?
Of Seether.
The band? Okay.
Yeah, and he was like, "Fucking yeah, this is a relationship tat," and I'm like,
You're a
"Oh,
little too
that's
close because
fucking."
you're mumbling a lot.
Okay, and I'm like, "Oh, that's fucking."
Sean Morgan
Right.
from Seether.
No. I'm like, "Oh, fucking." I should probably fucking. I mean, no, that's a good idea. I should probably do that too, and I did. And then like a few months later down the road, it's a fucking no to quote unquote steal tattoos from people. I'm like, it's not stolen. The fucking
When you're a
bad the
public,
fucking
when you're
influence.
when you're a public figure, you don't have. There's a
Yeah.
lot of people that got the Angelina Jolie tattoo on the back shoulder, but
Yeah.
on the back, but by the shoulder. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Hebrew or whatever it is, Arabic.
Well, apparently the guy got his fucking yellow angel tattoo here at the island.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but what happened? So yeah, I was never fucking jealous, but then that one girl came around, and then I realized fucking I'm not the jealous type. I'm just fucking, you know, what's mine is mine. You know, and then I'm like, well,
So
I
you were
can't-
possessive.
I can't
All of
be
a sudden
fucking
you got
possessive. But yeah, you know, and I'm like, well, fucking, if she wants to fucking be with some other guy, then let her be with some other fucking guy. Fuck him, right?
It's rough.
Yeah.
That's rough.
Yeah, but
You're gonna stop it there? Just so we're just gonna tease
No, I
a
was
little-
gonna
No, that's cool. We can tease a little part of the story. It's a little late in the pod now, so we'll tease a little bit, just the beginning of this one, just like we teased the beginning of your Marine story
Right.
last episode.
Yeah.
And maybe we can continue next week. On our next Monday's episode, we will continue with Frank's introduction and beginnings of his Marine journey. If not, get further into it. And next Wednesday, we'll continue with a lighter subject, a more entertaining. Well, it's all entertaining, right? This is all good stuff. But we'll get into a lighter subject and hopefully bring up a little bit more about Frank's situation that he found himself in back in 2009? No, 13. When did you?
2012, 2013.
12, 13, yeah. So, okay, we'll get into it a little bit more. We'll keep these episodes a little bit shorter than usual. A little bit shorter, but
Just a tad bit.
just a tad bit. Yeah, we're not cutting out as much as we used to. We used to have to record an hour just to get 45 minutes out. Now we record 50 minutes. We're good at 48, 40, 47. We're
Yeah.
doing real good here.
Yep.
How do you feel, Frank? You cool getting some of this off your chest?
Yeah, man. We gotta talk about something, right?
I mean, there's a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
We can avoid the subject, but you've never told me no, so I keep trying to pull it out of you. It's like pulling
Yeah.
teeth, pulling anything out of you. But it's still a good time, man. It's good to let people know humanity. That, you know, we are all imperfect creatures in a world of imperfect nature. It's beautiful. It's wonderful. It's chaos reigning in its supremeness. Or some bullshit like that. I need more coffee. I'm dying here. Well, this has been the Completely Inappropriate Podcast. Frank, do you have anything left to say about dating apps, about these ladies that have broke your heart, about relationships? Come on, final thoughts.
No, just fucking beware of bots.
Beware of bots.
Yeah, there's a lot of bots on, especially fucking Tinder. I'm like, this is a fucking bot. What the fuck? And it's like, we can't fucking tell, right? Because they're
All right,
like,
Grandpa, because nobody ever knew about bots before.
because like
You
they're
know,
like,
man.
oh, I gotta go, but here's my number, and it starts with like +3 or +4, and I'm like, if it was an American
You're
number,
not
it'd be
even in
+1.
Texas.
Yeah,
If it was an Ohio number, maybe, but you're not even in the same state.
Yeah, it's a
in the
regional
same,
code. Fucking
country.
America's +1. I think the side over there with India and shit is like +3.
I love that you know this already. It's like,
Oh yeah, because of
they hit you up
Australia.
all the time,
I think
huh?
Australia was like, because I had an Australian flame, and I actually had a fucking prepaid phone.
ooh.
And I would call her in.
Well, since you touched on it, and we still got a few minutes of pod to record here, I want to ask you. So you've had an internet crush from Australia, huh?
Not internet crush.
No?
We actually met.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. 'cause
You're
was in
so lucky. I
Australia.
see. I had a Canadian crush.
Oh.
I talked to you for a while, and a Filipino one. Really fell for the Filipino one. The Canadian one, I was a little bit younger. She was cute. She worked in a chicken factory. Anyway, all stories that we could talk about later. If anybody
Yeah.
brings them up on social media, let us know what they want to hear about.
Yep.
We'll talk about it next, or we'll just wait for those conversations to come up naturally. Because we're good at that.
Yeah.
All right, Frank. Well, let's get the fuck out of here.
Okay.
Let's maybe do a third recording for people. So, I am Tony. We are the Completely Inappropriate Podcast. You can reach us at Instagram at Completely Inappropriate, no, Completely Inap at Instagram at CI Podcast, Twitter at Completely Inap 1P, Instagram at CI Podcast, email at completelyinappropriatepodcast at gmail.com. Find us anywhere you can listen to podcasts. And I am Tony. This guy right here is...
Frank.
We come from our mamas, and we love pie, god damn it. Frank, what's your favorite pie?
Pecan pie.
Gross!
Mostly fucking, yeah,
Nuts.
this time of year, fucking, especially Thanksgiving, fucking pecan pie. I'm like, fuck yeah.
Oh, so gelatinous. I can't do it. Give me a good millionaire pie, though. Mmm.
I've never heard of that.
Oh, it's delicious. We'll talk about it next time. Take it easy, everybody. We love you. Remember, God is in each and every one of us. Be nice to each other. Find your happiness, people. Love you. Bye.